All right, Joshy, we just got done playing. Okay, we played a few holes. Saw some unusual lies out there.
Very.
But let's recap a little bit what we were talking about with the pre-shot routine, because I think that was valuable, especially on the first hole when we were talking about getting a little bit more specific with where we're trying to hit it, and then also the strategy with the type of swing you're trying to make. I think that's one thing that you could practice on the range. Would be like, okay, I mean, practicing. I mean, it's so easy to go on the range and just full swing it, right, and just rep it. And like, especially what we were doing the other day, like working with full swing. Like, I'm trying to feel certain things on the swing. It's valuable to do on the range, but like, that shouldn't dominate your practice.
Yeah.
Like, spend some time trying to hit the in-between numbers, because when you're playing golf, it's like it's always in-between numbers, you know. So like, okay, having multiple strategies for attacking those in-between numbers. So like, a couple examples would be like, okay, if I'm in between numbers, I could take less club, hit a draw, get it to go. I could take more club, hit a fade, get it to go. I want to take a little bit off. I could 3/4, keep the speed the same and 3/4 it, or I could keep the length the same and slow down the speed.
Yeah.
I feel like I find that people have different preferences.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a time and place. So like, when you're like just warming up, or like if I'm in a nervous situation, or two, like I find like a common one, especially for like a fader, if you're trying to like go full length and slow down the speed, it's really easy to double cross it. You know what I mean? So like, for you to just be like, hey, I'm gonna 3/4 and keep the speed up, right, and commit to that action, I think that's important. So like, practicing a little bit on that on the range, I think would be really good.
Yeah.
And then we changed your structure on your pre-shot routine as well, of doing your practice swings behind the ball. And I mean, like I said, I'm not married to that. That's what I do. I mean, there's plenty of other players that do practice swings next to the ball and step in.
Yeah.
I just think that I would just be more intentional with visualizing what you want to happen, and the more specific, the better. And then kind of like thinking about it as like and why I like doing the practice swings back here is because that kind of separates them from me. Like, I have my think box back here behind the ball, and then when I'm in the batter's box or I'm in the hitting box, like, I'm not thinking. I'm just feeling target. So I was trying to get you in, like, when you're in that box, like, I want you moving around more. I want you waggling target. So like, and I mean, I picked that up the other day when we were on the range of like, hey, dude, you need to look at the target more. You know what I mean? Like, dude, the target's out there. So like, keying up on that. So I think like for you, I mean, it's just like it's a slight, I shouldn't say slight, it's quite a bit different model for you. Of like what I'm describing of like, hey, the motor pattern is kind of already built in. Of like a lot of what we're talking about of like, hey, if I get this sequence down, if I shift right, shift left, the ball's going. Then it becomes, you can be way more intentional with like focusing on where do I want it to go.
Yeah.
And then once you're in the box, letting it happen, letting it just, not worrying about the results as much, but just shift right, shift left, and let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a slightly different process instead of like being so attached to. What's up?
What's up, guys?
How's it going? That's Arturo. He's clean picking the range.
What a guy.
What a guy. So I think those are a lot of good things. So I mean, literally just spending time on the range, like nailing that routine down. Like, you were feeling that on the golf course of like, this is kind of like, it's hard for me to do on the fly.
Yeah, hard to commit to it.
But like, straight up, instead of being on the range and just banging balls and just rake hit, like, hey, I'm gonna take 5-10 seconds in between. And the thing I always tell people is like, hey, you could 3x your practice if you did 3 waggles for every ball you hit. I truly believe you 3x your practice for every waggle. I just think that like it gets you more on that mode of thinking and feel, or I shouldn't say thinking, gets you more in the mode of feeling and focusing on target out there. And more of that relaxed flow state of, hey, I'm just reacting to the target. versus standing there thinking so much. I
Mhm.
think those are all positive takeaways. So let's go rep that out on the range. Still you still spend some time doing that work where we're focusing on the mechanic part. I mean, obviously that stuff's important, but I think the more of that stuff you can do like away from the range, and then focus on when you're on the range, like, hey, I'm trying to produce my routine. I want to nail my routine down.
Mhm.
That's a massive shift in your practice strategy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. Good work, dude. That was
Sweet.
fun.
Oh yeah.